Hey everybody, I just had the bright idea that I could work these problems out on here and kind of give you a way to check your work besides just looking at the answer key. So I'm going to work through these, um, and I'll do a little bit of explaining, but mainly I'm just going to talk about what I'm doing and go through it all. So in the first one, I'll just go through the steps. You got x squared and 40. There's no GCF, so I will make my box. I'm going to put x squared there and 40 there. I'm gonna go off to the side. I'm gonna do x squared times 40, which is gonna give me 40x squared. I'm not gonna worry about the x squared much. It's gonna go there and there. I know that because it's just gonna be split. And I'm gonna look at the factors of 40. That'll give me 3. So if I go through my list of factors, and I can go through your old school calculator, remember all those factors. You've already got them listed there, but if you don't, use the calculator trick. But what you find out is you're gonna use 5 and 8. And you can make 5 and 8 equal -3 by making the 5 positive and the 8 negative. So that's what I'll do, +5 and -8. And then I'm going to take the GCF of each row and column. So the top row is x squared and 5x, and they have an x in common. The bottom row is -8 and 40, and they have a -8 in common. And the reason I take the -8 because it's the first term. Then I'm going to take care of each column. X squared and -8 have an x. 5x and 40 have a 5. So I get an answer of x plus 5 and x minus 8. Okay. Like I said, I'm going to go through these fast. It's not about teaching here. It's about giving the answers. So the second one, I've got x squared minus 11x plus 24. And I'm just going to do my x squared and my 24, x and x. I'm going to look for the factors of 24 that give me 11. And those are going to be 3 and 8. Now to get -11, that'd be -3 and -8, which works because -3 times -8 is +24. So I have -3, -8. Go across the top, I get an x. Across the bottom, I get -8. First column, x. Second column, -3. And remember, I will say this: the reason that's a negative for each of those is because the first number I see when I do my GCF. So it's x minus 3 and x minus 8. For the next one, again, make my box a little bit bigger because my numbers are getting bigger now. I've got 3x squared, 22x, and -16. So 3 and 16 gives me 48, actually -48. Oh yeah, 3x squared, -16, x. Okay, so -48, I need the factors of -48 that add up to 22. There's a lot of factors for 48, go through your list. But 2 and 22 seem to be the first two that I would find. To get -48, they'd have to be opposite signs. So one's positive, one's negative. To add up, I'm sorry, not 22, 24. To add up to 22, positive, it'd have to be -2 and +24. So I'm going to put -2x here and 24x there. So going across the top, 3x squared and -2x both have an x in common. 24x and -16 both have an 8 in common. The columns 3 and 24 have a 3x in common, and -2 and -16 have a -2 in common. So 3x minus 2 and x plus 8. For the next one, 6x squared plus 11x plus 4. Again, no GCF. So we'll start off this way. 6x squared, 4, x and x. And I get 24x squared, and I multiply them. So I need the factors of 24 that add to 11. As we said earlier, 3 and 8 work. This time they're both going to be positive because we're adding up to -11 or positive 11. So across the top, 3x. Across the bottom, 4. Up and down, the first one is 2x. Up and down, the second one is just 1 because 3 and 4 don't have anything in common. So 2x plus 1 and 3x plus 4. For the next one, it's actually, you'll learn if you worked with the special products when you multiply, and you may recognize this as something special, and it is, but it factors the same way. 4x squared here, -25 there. The only difference is when you multiply by 100 or to 100, you're looking for something that adds up to 0. So that's easy. That's 10 and 10, except it's actually 10 and -10. So 10x and -10x. So across the top gives you 2x. Across the bottom gives you -5. First column gives you 2x. Second column gives you +5. 2x plus 5 2x minus 5. If you notice the pattern there, you can use that to your benefit later on. The last one here, 5x squared minus 17x. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we'll put our 5x squared here, our negative 12 here, x and x. 5 and negative 12 give you negative 60. Negative 60, the factors of negative 60 are going to be equal 17 are probably going to be 12 and 5, or they could be 20 and 3. So they both add up 17, but what you need to know is that you have to get negative 60. To get, if you use 12 and 5, it'd have to be negative 12 and negative 5, which is positive 60. So these don't work. So it's got to be 20 and 3, or negative 20 and positive 3. So this way, when you look across the top, you can take out a 5x. When you look across the bottom, you can take out a 3. When you look up and down, you can take out an x. When you look up and down the second column, oops, sorry about that. You look up and down the second column, you can take out a negative 4. So it's x minus 4 and 5x plus 3.